Hey guys, my name is Tom and I'm going to be starting a YouTube channel with one of my friends called Brainihack. Brainihack is being created just to help new people learn different things. So for example, this video is about coding a website, just the basics, and we wanted to bring this channel out there just to help people get better at things which they don't normally do and possibly help them do things that they want to learn but they just don't know how to start learning it. So I'm just going to start off with the tutorial now, and let's just start by saving the actual file, saving as a HTML file. So you want to go to Save As, look for HTML, Hypertext Markup Language, and click that. Then just the basic name of every single web page is called index because it's like the index of your web page, the main page, like just where everything goes from there. So we'll call it index and then hit save. And then what you want to start off with is specifying the doc type. So we do this by typing doc type HTML, and that's basically saying that this file is a HTML file. And then from there, we want to start by opening a HTML tag, which is saying that we are coding in HTML, and then we want to have a close HTML tag, which is saying that we're finishing the HTML. In between this, we want to have a head tag and a closing head tag. So this is basically the information that we cannot see in our web page, but it's there and very important. So inside the head tags, we're going to want to put our title. So the title isn't actually what you see with all the information. For example, if we were on a web page, this would be the title here, and this would be the information. So basically, the things you see in your browser tab, that's the title. So we're just going to call our title My First Web Page. Now, you don't want to put any information which you want to have in the head tags, because that's going to be in something which we call the body tags. So it's sort of like a human body. It's got the head and a body. So the head tags is, so for example, you don't see your brain and everything which goes on inside the head. So it's sort of like the head tags is everything going on behind the masterpiece, and the body is just like everything which shows. So inside the body tags, you don't want, well, I'll just show you. So you wouldn't want to put the paragraph tags, for example, in the head tags. Well, you can do it, it just doesn't really make sense, and it's not something you want to do. So I'll just close it up again, I'll delete by accident. And then let's just start getting into the coding. So we've got our title, we've got the HTML head and body tags. What we want to do after that is have just a page title possibly. So what we might want to do is we might want to put in a h1 tag, which is basically a header one. It goes down to h5, so I'm just going to get it up on the web page now and show you what it looks like. Then we're just going to save it, and you can see that it's saved now because that turns to blue. It was originally red before, which symbolizes that it's unsaved. So now if we run and launch in one of your browsers, I use Chrome, so I'm going to launch it in Chrome. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the h1 tag, header 1, this is the h2 tag, h3 tag, h4 tag, and h5 tag. So as you can see as well, we've got our title up here, My First Web Page, and that's basically just all the headers which you can use, and I'll just go into some other stuff which you can possibly use. So I'm just going to get rid of all of this and just use a h1 tag for now. And we're going to call this header. So after the header, of course, we need something just to actually write. So we're going to want to have a paragraph. So to get a paragraph, we're going to want to put P, which is an open paragraph tag, and a closed paragraph tag. It's good to get into the habit of opening and closing before you get in any information, because if you just have, I'm going to do this outside of HTML, but if you just have a P tag and then you write a bunch of stuff, and you forget to close it, then when you go again and you go to write something, it won't be closed properly. So we'll just mark up everything after that. So just make sure that you just get in the habit of opening and closing and putting information. So I want to just put down some basic information, and I'll show you what it looks like on the page. Okay, so we've done that now. I've just done some information. So now if we go to run it in Chrome, we see that we've got our header, and it says our paragraph tags displaying here. So for example, we've got our header. Hello, my name is Tom and I am Brainihack. Brainihack is a YouTube channel created to give insight on a bunch of different topics. So yeah, basically now that we've just got that, and I'm going to now teach you how to create a navigation, which we want to be doing so you can just navigate to different pages. So we want to do it above the header right now. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be creating an anchor tag, and we're going to be writing href, which is an attribute tag. So basically, href is just something which you use to have a link or just link something. So I'm going to be linking just another document which doesn't exist yet. So just as a placeholder, I'm going to be using hashtag, but typically what you want to be doing is you want to be using something like, for example, just if I another page called images.html, or just images, we will just type images.html. But for now, I'm just going to be using the placeholder of hashtag until we actually get something in. So you want to have so this will be our home page actually. So we'll call a class active, because after this we're going to be going to CSS. So I'll teach you about everything about CSS so we can just we'll just get started now with this. So it's basically saying that the class, we're just saying that this is the active page, and when we go to style the page, it'll make a lot more sense. Now you've got the href. So right now we're on index.html. So this is our home page, and then we want to just close it off, and this is where we can put in the name. So we're going to want to put in home. We're going to close it off with another closing anchor tag. So then if we go to save that and run, you'll see that up there we have our home, and when we click it, it reloads the page, but you can't see it because we haven't got anything there. So if I just make an edit here and I'll just write hello, and save that, then when we click on this, as you can see, it's just been added in another hello tag. So it's just reloading the page and taking you back to the home page, which we are already on actually. So then we'll make another one, but this time we're not on an active page because we're not going, this is just saying that we're on the page at the moment, but this is a different page that we're going to go to. So we're just going to not include the class active, we're just going to put a href, and this time we'll call it, what can we call it? We'll just call it test page.html, and then we'll close it off and just write test page 1. Actually, we'll go back and put all 1 there, and we'll close it off with an A. Then we're going to just copy and paste it and do the same thing until we get to 5 links. Then we're just going to change that to 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to put the same thing for this, 2, 3, 4. And then we save it, run, launch in Chrome. As you can see, we've got the home and everything else. So right now, we've got our navigation, our header. We have also got a paragraph, and next I'm going to teach you how to include images in your website. So there's 2 different ways that you can incorporate images in your website. The first one is that you can use a website link or just an image link from your browser or search engine. So for example, if I was to look up fluffy bunny, go to images, and then we can just take this picture if we were to get the image address and we were to type in an image, src, so it's just saying we've got an image, and then we're just going to want to put in this link, and we're going to want to close it off. When we save that now, go back into the browser and we'll reload the page. As you can see, we've got a nice big image of a bunny. But the other way is if I was to save the image, and then I would just check, I could just save it in the Brainihack tutorials folder, and I would call this fluffy bunny, and I'll save it, and it will be a JPEG file. So when I go back into this, I can just change it to fluffybunny.jpg, and then when I save and run, I've got the exact same picture. But just for just so you have a bit of information, what you want to know is if you create a separate folder, we'll just call this example, and we put this fluffy bunny image in there, then when we just close that now and we go to see it in our browser, we'll reload and the image is gone. This is because that we have the directory leading to the image is only in the folder which we're in right now. So if we want to do that, we're going to want to put an example and then a backslash, and then it's leading to the example folder fluffybunny.jpg. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to keep it how it is for now and just move the fluffy bunny image back in. So let's just do that. And then now when we run and launch in Chrome, as you can see, we have the image back. Oops. And we also have our nav, header, and our paragraphs. So that's all for this tutorial. Next tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to include a background image or just a background color. I'll teach you how to just align your text and just make your image smaller or change the location on the page, and also some other things. If you enjoyed this tutorial about basic HTML, just to get you started on creating a website, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you for watching.
I walk with the elephants, rolling with elephants, rolling with elephants.